Come on. Here's where you learn how to get it done. Do something. That's right.
This red bar is the health meter and displays your remaining health. Whenever a character gets hit, the bar decreases. Health replenishes when the character is not under attack. The health tank displays the maximum health that can be regained. When danger appears, you're more susceptible to lose. Get close and press the L button to pin your opponent.
You left the burn at home? Let's fight. Hold up, stand back. Where your man at? You want beat?
The control stick moves your character. B is for striking. A initiates a grapple. X makes your character run, and X again makes your character stop. Use Y with the control stick to get in or out of the ring. R button blocks strikes. L button dodges grapples. L and R button can be used to counter attacks, leaving your opponent vulnerable. The C stick performs a taunt.
You can back up.
You can perform different actions based on tapping versus pressing the buttons and the relative distance to your opponent. Tap the B button. Now press it and notice the different attack. Distance affects the result of the attack. Let's tap the striking button from far and then from close. Press the B and A buttons together to perform a fierce attack. Experiment with different combinations of attacks for best results.
Clear the hole. I can arrange to leave you on swole. I don't give a flying. My iron touch 3 inches below the gut.
Combinations are an integral part of grappling. Achieve different moves by using a soft or a hard grapple. Tap A to perform a soft grapple. Press A to perform a hard grapple. For the first combination, use the soft grapple followed by the B button. Now, hard grapple followed by the same button. Notice the different moves performed by the attacker. To achieve a variety of moves, use the control stick in different directions. It's easier to perform a hard grapple on an injured opponent, but if your opponent's in full strength, they can reverse the grapple easily.
Don't try, man. You don't want to die, man.
To throw your opponent outside the ring, make sure your opponent is close enough to the ropes. First, grapple, then press Y and point the control stick in the direction of the ropes. Now the Irish Whip. To send your opponent flying against the ropes, first grapple, then press X and point the control stick in the direction of the ropes. After your opponent bounces off the ropes, press B for strike or A for a throw.
His head send bullets through his eye, man. Fights out. I knock you.
While your opponent is down on the mat, you can attack with a strike or grapple. Let's strike by pressing the B button. Now let's perform a ground grapple by pressing A. Ground grapples can be used to win a match by submission. Keep working on a particular part of your opponent's body and bring his health into the danger zone. Eventually, he'll tap out.
So, we bring the knives, bats, and metal pipes out. We can be...
The momentum meter is tied to the scoring system. The more momentum earned, the higher the points scored. The more complex the move, the more momentum earned. Repetition earns less momentum. When the meter is full, flick the C stick to taunt and activate Blazing Mode. In Blazing Mode, you can perform your special finishing move. To activate your finisher, grapple your opponent and flick the C stick in any direction. Each character has 2 unique finishing moves, one from the front and one from the back.
Do it, do it, rumble, rumble, raw, raw. Hit him in his face, watch him tumble, tumble, raw, raw. Watch him run him, make a phone call. I tell my man.
With most characters, you can climb on top of the ropes. Press X while pointing the control stick toward the turnbuckle. Once on the ropes, you will jump towards your opponent. To time your attack, hold X while on the ropes and wait for the right moment. You only have a few seconds to time your attack. It's possible to taunt on turnbuckles while waiting for your opponent. And don't forget, taunting also adds momentum. A great way to win a match is by knockout. Send your opponent's health into the danger zone. Ensure that your momentum is full. Taunt to blaze while your opponent is vulnerable. Grapple your opponent and use the C stick to knock him out with your finisher. If your opponent is in blazing mode, the best defense is to avoid him until blazing wears out. If you are outside the ring while your opponent is inside, you can grapple or strike your opponent as an attack. If your opponent is outside the ring, you can bring them back in by pressing the grapple button. If your opponent is stunned in a corner, you can attack by performing a corner grapple. Try grappling close to the ropes to perform a rope grapple. Different characters perform different moves. The trick is to experiment.
Trick now, do something. Don't stand and look around, do something. Your man beat with dude.
Yeah, let's check him out.
He got rude, you better
Set things up however you choose.
now, do something. Don't stand and look around, do something. You either do nothing or do something. You in the club.